All right, this is Dylan Bouker with Prospect Fighting Championships. We're at Rebel Nightclub in Toronto, joined by a victorious Bobby Poulter. Got to wonder how you feel, man. You're probably feeling pretty great just with the victory and everything like that.
Oh, of course, man. I went out there and I fought hard. A super tough opponent. I always love to have somebody push me, and he pushed me more than anyone ever has in my amateur career. Come from TriStar, I know he's come from a good gym. But honestly, we came in with a great game plan. My coach is behind me. I know I'm ready for any adversity.
Yeah, and it seemed like the Folkstyle wrestling was a big part of the game plan all throughout the fight. How important was that, just being able to press him on the cage and dictate the pace in that regard?
For sure, man. Always try to make them carry away. That's something that my coaches preach all the time. I knew that, when I had him on the fence, I knew that I was in a dominant position. I was able to chip away. I was able to control the distance, break off with some elbows. It was helping me keep my range and always be in control.
Yeah, for sure. And then it seems like you were getting more and more comfortable with the boxing as the fight went on. Is that a fair characterization? Because it seemed like you were really finding a lot of success with your hands, and you seemed like the more technically proficient kind of fighter, and the connectivity was there.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a few fights since I've been able to let my hands go, so it was really amazing to be able to go in there and do that tonight. But of course, he hit me with a real tough left at the very start. It dropped me, but when I got back up, I started to feel the range out. He hit me with a few more punches. I started to get comfortable, and from there, I really started to find my range, I think.
Yeah, and a great team over at Parabellum MMA, and you seem very coachable, just being able to adjust on the fly. Is that something you've always had as a facet of your game, just the ability to be as coachable as you are and kind of switch the game plan on the fly?
Honestly, man, that's not something that I learned until I went to Parabellum. I've obviously played sports my whole life, but I never found that that voice in my head. Throughout the fights, I feel comfortable with my coaches there. They tell me something's there, I can look for it. But we have that kind of relationship where it's if it's not there, I know it's not there. But they're feeding me info that I necessarily can't see. So, obviously, I do think I'm coachable, and that's something that's important for any athlete. But it's just as important to have the high-level coaches that I'm surrounded by.
Yeah, it seems like a great team over there, and you have a bit of that strength and conditioning that you impart to people while you're at Parabellum too, I understand.
Oh, of course, man. Strength and conditioning is huge. I think that's something that's helped push me to the next level. And being able to go the full 3 rounds and still, have gas to go more is always important. But I thought I was able to push the pace more than, he was able to, and I think that really dictated a lot of the fight as well.
And you seem pretty active in the Jiu-Jitsu community. I saw you had a bit of a situation there where you went 5-1. Your only loss in the gold medal match there. How important is it to have those Jiu-Jitsu tournaments that you're concurrently competing with on the side? How much does that galvanize your MMA skills, I guess?
I think it's huge, man. Since I started actually doing jiu-jitsu tournaments, I noticed my pure grappling has increased, and that's given me more confidence in everything to do with MMA. Regardless, striking, I can let my hands go and not worry about getting taken down. Because if I get taken down, I know I can deal with on the ground, or I can, stand my way up. But and of course the jiu-jitsu, competing in that is important as well.
And was there anything your opponent brought to the table that struck you as different, based on your preconceived notion, or was everything kind of as you expected heading in?
I knew he was going to step in and throw hard punches, and I know he was going to be a tough guy to finish. But there's at one point I hit him, I think it was in the second, it might have been the third round, I hit him with a shot, and it looked like it hurt him for a second. I started to continue to follow up, and then, he kind of made this face, he bit down, and he started going. And, I tried to move my feet. I was obviously, moving out of the way, trying to avoid as much damage as I could. But I didn't expect him to push like that. He hurt somebody, usually they back down, but fuck, man, is he ever tough. But I'm going to take that and just move forward with it.
Yeah, I know the exact sequence you're talking about, and it seems like you're learning from the experiences and stuff like that too, man. But you've been great with your time, and I want to, be mindful of the fact that you probably want to enjoy the victory, fruits of the labor, and all. So, is there anything you want to add as a parting thought as we're wrapping up?
No, man. Honestly, just thanks to everyone that's coming out, and thanks to my coaches. It's really the only people that keep me going through all this. I love them all, and I appreciate them so much.
It's a great sentiment. It was great getting to talk to the victorious Bobby Poulter. This is Dylan Bouker at PFC 13.